Hey you guys, I hope you guys are having a great day. If you followed me here for my podcast to my YouTube channel, again, welcome and thank you guys for tuning in. So let's get started. Hopefully this video records all the way through because both of my phones have been tripping lately. Also, I am now on Instagram with like my YouTube channel and my podcast. So I'm trying to get like a bigger audience, hopefully reaching out to more people. So I'm kind of glad that I'm starting that phase of my life where I'm not so insecure about putting myself out there because I'm a little shy and a little introverted and I really enjoy my privacy. I think it's just me having boundaries, especially once, my audience starts to pick up. But other than that, for the OGs that's been here, thank y'all for tuning in and let's get started. So let me actually rip out this page. Let me say this first. So I've been doing more research on the I Ching. Let me see. I don't know what this is like. Dude, the person next door like literally is like in and out the fucking room like every 5 minutes. It's actually kind of getting irritating. But the thing about the I Ching is that this is okay. Supposedly you can interpret the I Ching however you want it to, with respect to how it's done. So if I do it like this, like I'm still doing the coins and then the hexagrams, like I'm doing it like that. So that's with respect to how it's done. But I can read these cards the way I wanted to. So I was thinking to myself, like, with respect to the I Ching, like how supposedly how it's done, I was like, I don't resonate with it like that. I like the way I've been doing it before, and I think it's fine. So like what they were basically saying, how if you have one changing line, but for example, y'all have two. So remember these, y'all have two in the first hexagram. So let's say if you did have one, that means I would read the changing line only. But I can also read the both hexagrams to get a deeper meaning of what it's supposed to be telling y'all. But if it has two changing lines, that means I'm further away from the first one. Then that means your energy is definitely like moving to something else. And now I should read the description of the line that's located higher. Now that's great and all, but I was just like, yeah, no. I mean, in all, I'm just still doing my research on the I Ching, just continue to research and kind of see where it came from, like the origins of it and just stuff like that. I still want to like get to know it. I mean, I feel like my knowledge of it is not just definite just because I'm out here pulling these cards out. So that's kind of what I want to say about that. But one second. You're going to hear me pulling something out. So I asked, what does the collective need to know at this moment? So this is what these two, like, remember how I told y'all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like each line has a meaning. So don't pay attention to these numbers. Those are just the number of the lines, but these are like the different lines. So line 3 means like, basically what I got from is indecision. And 5 is clear vision. Like this is what the description said on the line. So I just picked out certain words that I feel like will resonate with y'all today. So clear vision and indecision. What's crazy on my podcast, I talked about having conflicted energy and kind of how some people try to call out others for being contradictory, and this doesn't make sense. It's like, dude, you're a complex human being. You can feel whatever the hell you want. You don't always have to feel the same thing at the same time. Our emotions are just complicated at best. So you're not always going to feel like you have clear vision, everything is fine, but it's like sometimes you can feel two things at once. But so right now what I'm feeling is like some conflicted energy and within the collective. And then this is y'all's second hexagram. So we're finna get started. Let me get that out the way. So, I really feel like I pulled this card for y'all before. So the card is called Stripping Away. And before I start again, real quick, I'm not going to do like past, present. You know how I did it before when I started this? it's wherever y'all see yourselves in this energy. Y'all, if you listen to this or even watching it, you can be like, oh, I see myself in gradual progress, or I see myself stripping away, like being reborn again, like starting a new path and kind of deciding if I want to go this or that way. It's like wherever you see yourself on the spectrum, make sure that it resonates with your narrative, your storyline, or whatever you got going on in your life right now. So I don't want to do the past, because in the past I kept getting tongue-tied. I kept saying, wait, I think that I'm reading on the present. Like, no, wherever you find yourself in this energy, that's where you are. So take it, leave it, whatever you want to do with it. I just don't want to confuse myself. I feel like if I confuse myself, then I'm confusing y'all. Or I'm just like not, it's because I say a lot all at once. Like I'm saying a lot within like a certain time frame. So sometimes my mind can get jumbled and just discombobulated. So I'm just trying to keep it a little just as simple as I can. So let's start with stripping away. So it says, until the old is utterly stripped from you, look, let me read that again because blah. Until the old is utterly stripped from you, that you have no choice but to think in new ways. You will only recreate old patterns. Do not imagine the future and make plans now. Bring your energy back to center and honor the process of transformation. What has worn out? Is there a less painful way to let this go? What is underneath the surface? And okay, and I love how for y'all's first hexagram, like for this one, it's like y'all's clear, like y'all are not thinking or seeing things clearly. Some of y'all are just not, and some of y'all are just indecision. So you can find yourself within this type of energy. It doesn't matter where you are, but it's like, it's basically saying, do not imagine the future. Remember, clear vision. Do not imagine the future and make plans now. It's like, don't stress yourself out about worrying about the future and what's going to happen. Like, you still need to be within a grounded place, a heart-centered place when it comes to your life in general. Like, just don't stress yourself out about the future. Like, think about it this way. Just learn how to surrender. That the divine is going to manifest things on your behalf or orchestrate anything on your behalf in order to bring stuff in for you that's actually meant for you. They don't want you to worry about that because they said that they got it. They're good. Like, yes, all they need is your effort. And the effort that you need to be doing is right now is bringing yourself back to a centered place. Like, bring your energy back. And right now, y'all are conflicted and y'all are not doing that. Some of y'all are too stuck into the future. Some of y'all are making plans when things are not definite. That's what makes indecision. That's what causes y'all to be conflicted and not be able to make an actual decision. Because when you're planning for the future and you don't know what's actually going to happen, it causes you to be a little confused along the way, because you're like, I planned for this, I have these expectations, I'm anticipating this, but it's like, I still don't know what's going to happen. So now you're confused. Now you don't know if you want to go towards that anymore, because it's like, what if that doesn't happen? What if this happens? So you're playing out each and every scenario within your reality in order to make sense, or in order to have a clear vision. And in order for you to have a clear vision, you need to be grounded. Like, your mind, you need to be at an emotional state to where you're not like trying to control the outcome of everything. Because when you're, for example, like, I know this on a personal level because I do this a lot. When I am in a emotional state to where I need to control everything, the outcome or how I see my future, that means that I'm insecure and that I'm coming from a fearful place, my ego perspective, where I believe that either I'm not deserving of what it is, of good things in my life, or it's just that I feel like it's not, if I don't control the situation, it's not going to happen like it should. And it causes me to be in a conflicted energy because I'm always back and forth, like, just confused and insecure within myself. In reality, it's like they want you to come back down to that center place. They want you to be grounded. So I needed to come back down and to be ground myself and talk to myself and say, hey, when you're trying to control the outcome of things, you don't have a clear vision because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. None of us do. You can plan your life as much as you want, but guess what? Things happen along the way. There are obstacles and different opportunities they may arise. So the divine is like saying, like, how do y'all know something else better is not going to come out of nowhere? Like, while you skipping along on your journey, like, thinking about the destination, but they're like, something else is actually coming for you, and it's actually better than what you actually want for yourself. Because whatever it is that you're trying to manifest for yourself, you're manifesting it from a low vibrational place where your energy is not in alignment with your true manifestation. So you're going towards something completely different than what you actually anticipate. And you're not going to have a clear vision. You're even going to be more indecisive, because it's like, now I'm here, but I don't really, it's not what I thought it would be. So maybe I should just, now you're in a place of indecision. So they're saying, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, not express, but give yourself the space to feel that confusion. Give yourself the time in order to feel a certain emotion. So when it arises again, you know how to deal with it in a healthy way. So instead of feeling confused, you don't want it to trigger some insecurity within you for you to start doing some more controlling of the outcome of things. So you can have a peace of mind and be like, okay, if I control this situation to the T, then I'll be good, because I'll know what happened in the end. In reality, no, that's not how that works. Because you're setting yourself up for failure. You're giving your hopes up. It's like your hopes are already given up. You're just trying to save face. But don't do that, because the divine is basically saying, like, y'all are good at the end of the day. Y'all don't have to plan everything to a T. Like, surrender. Allow some fluidity in your life. That's why it's stripping away. So if you're in this energy right now, once you kind of like let go and surrender and allow things to happen as it should, you will start to become more transformed. You will start to be that caterpillar that turns into the beautiful butterfly. That transformation will start to happen for you. Right? And I'm going to go to the book in a minute. I like to read on these first. And it just says, until the old is gone, it's like they're letting you know, until y'all get rid of this type of energy that y'all are attaching yourselves to, being self-controlling, like just trying to anticipate everything so you can know what's going to happen next. Like that type of behavior pattern comes from a very insecure and hurt place, because you're scared of the future. You're scared what's going to happen because you're fearful. Remember, when you're fearful of what's going to happen and you're controlling everything, your ego is involved. They want you to come back down to your authentic self, your inner child. Like, become connected with your heart center place, so you can be free spirited, so you can relax and not stress yourself out. Because until you do that, you're going to be in this energy where you're going to have no clear vision. You're going to be indecisive about everything. Like, ask yourself, what in your life is no longer working for you, and be honest. Remember, tune into my podcast, because that's what I'm going to talk about because I'm doing it a little differently. So I'm going to be talking about, like, just more specific things such as this. Like, ask yourself, what is no longer working for you? And you'll only know this because it's like, it hasn't worked for you in the past. So think about it in the past experiences. Being controlling of situations or people or anything has not gotten you where you wanted to be. It's probably led you to heartbreak, or to feeling hopeless, or feeling like you don't deserve anything because nothing is happening good for you. The reason why is not because you don't want it to. Your energy is like speaking for itself. Your energy is low vibrational as hell. It's like saying, like, no, I don't deserve anything. So guess what? You're going to attract lack mentality things, like lack mentality mindsets, money issues, relationship issues, all of that. You're going to attract that because you feel like you're not deserving of anything better. And the reason why you're doing that, because you're scared. So you have to control things. It's like this automatic switch that you do. Like, trust me, I do that from time to time. I'm getting better, but I can definitely resonate with this energy, especially because I've seen myself in the past doing this. But is there a less painful way to let this go? Sometimes we put up these illusions for ourselves that if I let this go, it's going to hurt. No, you're actually going to feel a weight coming off of your shoulders. That burden will no longer belong to you. You were able to put that burden down and continue to walk on your path. Like, ask yourself, and honestly, like, is there a way for me to walk away from this energy? Because damn sure it is. You don't have to continue to attach yourself to this energy. You can literally walk away. All you have to do is open your eyes, have a clear vision as to what is actually holding you back. what is standing in the way between you and your own succession. And only you will know that. Remember, nobody's path is the same. So whatever you got going on in your life, only you can know specifically what I'm talking about at this moment. And don't try to hide your face like, no, it's not. No. If it resonates, it resonates. Because some of y'all out there need to know. Like, who's going to tell them? That'll be me. What is underneath the surface? Like I said, where is these insecurities stemming from? Where is this over controlling situations? Like, where is this stemming from? It stems from insecurity. It stems from a fearful place. You being scared that it's not going to work out like you wanted to. You being scared because you feel like this is maybe not going to go through because in the past everything else has failed, and you don't feel like you deserve good things in your life, and you're not deserving, you're not enough. And like, I had this like mentality mindset, I'll never be stable in life. I'll never be this and I'll never be that. It's like, and remember, y'all, I'm using a lot of myself for these examples. So this is where most of it's coming from. So it's like, that's what I was thinking. Like, and it doesn't have to it has nothing to do with anyone specifically, but it more has to do with myself and the things that I've experienced in the past and how I allowed it to discombobulate me in the way I saw myself moving forward. I had to control things a lot more in order to feel like I had a good grasp on life, and when I didn't, my self-worth is at jeopardy. So some of y'all's self-worth is at jeopardy, especially in this energy, especially if you're not stripping away anything in order to transform. You're going to continue to be in this discombobulated, confused space because you're not walking away from something. You're not allowing yourself or giving yourself the space to either express some certain emotions or to let go of control. Just let go. Like, just imagine yourself letting go of something. Like, imagine your hand just losing grip, and boom, there you go. But of course, it's a little more involved in that. But let me read because remember, y'all had the 2 lines, so I'm going to read the passage for this, and then I'm going to read the lines as to why it affects your vision and your ability to respond, which means that you're really indecisive right now. But yeah, I'll be the guinea pig. Fuck it, I'll be the guinea pig for people. That's what I'm here for. It said, every time I come on here, I don't want to reread what I just read. I feel like it's gonna be a waste of time. Let me see. The surfaces are cut and sliced away. The old and unviable is stripped back to expose the living core. So some of y'all's negative behavioral patterns need to be exposed. You need to expose that to yourself in order to get down to what's really going on with you. This is inevitable. A natural process often feels like a flaying. The more you have invested of yourself in these old things, the more painful it will be. So remember, is there a less painful way to let this go? Ask yourself, how attached are you to a certain behavioral pattern or to a relationship or to a job or anything in your life? Like, how attached are you? Because if you're deep in it, that means it's going to hurt a little more. And that's okay, though. It's okay for it to feel that way because that's natural. You've been living your life a certain way, so for you to walk away from it, that's just not going to happen overnight. You have to gradually walk away from certain things and behavioral patterns. So yes, it's going to be a little painful. It's no good such as times to imagine the future and make plans. I'm not going to read that because I just read it on the card. Moreover, until the old is so stripped away from you that you have no choice. But okay, that's what I just read. So, let me read the changing lines that y'all had. So y'all had line number 3 and 5. So look, this is number 3. It says stripping away is no mistake. You are connected with an individual, a group, or an environment that isn't. You know what? Listen to me. Just listen to me one quick second. It's like I be saying it, but then there are times where I'm like, I'll be connecting, I'll be channeling, but it's like when I say certain things, in order for this, let me just slow down because I'm a little excited right now. It's like when I say things, like if I'm channeling a certain message, like I can read the card, but the energy that I'm picking up is like whatever's coming out of my mouth or whatever it is that I'm saying, sometimes I'll be thinking to myself, is this going to like resonate with what I'm going to read in the passage? Like, not because I'm like scared or nothing. It's not that. It's like sometimes I think about that. That's why sometimes it surprises me. Like, bruh, listen to this. And I say this all the time, not just with this reading. You are connected with an individual, a group, or an environment that isn't good for you. It is not wrong that to have this connection stripped away. Like, some of y'all are out there too comfortable within groups to the point where y'all have no individuality. You don't even know who the hell you are outside of these people. You depend on them to tell you who you are. That's why y'all in this mindset of feeling not deserving, because how the hell are you going to feel like you deserve something when you don't even know what you want? How are you going to know what you want if you don't even really know who you are? You don't even know what the hell you like, because you too busy following along with other people. Trust me, I've done that in high school, and that was a thing. That was a thing, but once my ass broke away from there, I was like, it was a whole different world out there. Because I needed to change my perspective. I'm not saying it was always them. It was basically me attaching myself to fit in when I didn't fit in with nobody. Like, I'm solo dolo. Some of y'all are like that. And then I start to attract people in my life who are meant to be there. And that feels fucking great, because it's like, yeah, this is your confirmation. You're not meant to fit in with the crowd. And even if you do have a group of friends, still have your own individuality. Or stop attaching yourself to a relationship, especially if this person is narcissistic or toxic or what have you. They're not good for you, and y'all know that. Take off those rose-tinted colored glasses. Take away that infatuation that you have for somebody. Stop giving them godlike complexes. Stop putting them on a pedestal. Again, I've done that. It's like it was a tumultuous situation where I was literally sticking around for nothing, for nobody, when I needed to do that for myself. Give yourself a godlike complexion. Like, hype yourself up. Be infatuated with yourself. Oh, look, I'm a little hype right now. I'm a little hype because of this passage. Like, they ain't had to slap like this. They ain't had to do y'all like this. The situation is simple enough. However, complex the emotions around it. Remember when I said y'all have complex emotions. Don't let nobody tell y'all otherwise. Again, y'all can be feeling like very indecisive, and like just y'all can feel two different things at once. It doesn't make you weird or contradictory. It just makes you a human. When people try to point out those type of characteristics, that means they're not comfortable within themselves. Be comfortable with your emotions. Don't try not to suppress them. That's what I'm doing. Try not to suppress them each and every time I feel something. Allow myself to express an emotion. Okay, and it says undergoing the stripping away will leave you more centered and less vulnerable. Like, less vulnerable in a way where you are allowing other people to attack your energy, like energetic vampires, people who are manipulative, people who are controlling, people who want to see you upset, people who want you to be codependent onto them. You will become less vulnerable to those type of vultures. Yes, I said it, vultures. Those people who live for that. And you will no longer be a walking mat. You will no longer be anything. You will be a powerful, multi-dimensional human shaman, whatever you want to call yourself. You don't have to call yourself nothing, but you're going to be standing in your fucking power. Ain't nobody going to be able to take that away from you. Okay, so let's start with line 5. I know I got a little carried away from that. There is a gift from the palace people. Dried fish strung together, storing up good fortune. This is a modest gift in itself, not necessarily what you expected or what you hoped for. Okay, so get it together. We're going to get it together. Focus. But it's a real one, and it promises to be worthwhile. Remember what I said, how some of us are, even including me, how we're trying to control the outcome of something so bad because we want it to happen this way and we're anticipating it, but we don't see that there are certain things that are going to come along the way that's actually better opportunities for us. This is exactly what this just said. How this is a modest gift in itself. Like, it's the gift that keeps on giving, even though it's not what you wanted, what you expect is what you're going to get, because it's what's meant for you. Damn. But it's a real one and promises to be worthwhile. This can apply to an individual, friend group, or anything. Y'all think that that's what y'all deserve. Like, y'all are literally settling for less. You're literally on that hamster wheel chasing something that you're never going to actually be able to have. It belongs to somebody else. It belongs to that illusion ass paradigm that we call the Matrix. You can benefit from connections between people, between past and present, between ideas. With an overview of the situation, you can start to string things together and see a coherent significance in events. So it's like to be open-minded on this journey, that although you have these experiences with these peoples, guess what? Don't always be grateful and show some gratitude to those connections and the lessons that it taught you, because you're right where you need to be right now. It taught you what you needed to know about yourself. So if you find yourself in an individual friend group or whatever, and you don't have no sense of individuality, when you become more self-aware, you start to notice that I don't know who I am apart from this group or this religion or whatever resonates with you. But I want to know who I am at my core. So like, it's like, show that these are opportunities, whether it's good or bad. These experiences are something that we signed up for when we incarnated on earth, to having human experiences. And remember, there's duality in this life. Everything is not going to be positive, and that's not a thing. Strip away that toxic positivity. Come back down to earth. Shit gets real out here. Things happen, but that's life at the end of the day. So, so if y'all see yourselves in this energy, or whether you're starting to come into this or the gradual progress or not, remember, you can easily fall back into this energy where you're attaching yourself to behavior patterns or peoples or anything that no longer resonates with you. But remember, they're telling you, you have the power to strip it away. You have the power to let it go in order to move forward. So that's basically what stripping away is. Strip away that identity that no longer resonates with you. Strip away that relationship that's holding you back from your true potential. Strip away that job that does not appreciate you. Strip away these identities, these paradigms, these ideas, beliefs that no longer belong to you. Ask yourself, when the half of the shit that you believe in this life, did it come from you or did it come from somebody else? Because if it came from you, then if you're connected with it at your heart center place, then that's fine. But if it came from somebody else, how the hell do you know if you really like it without somebody telling you you should like it? I'm giving y'all the eye right now. Like, I'm coming for y'all. Remember, I'm coming for myself too. I see myself in this energy shit. This is where I was really deep into this in the past. Like, especially this last year and a half. Like, I was really stripping away stuff. Like, I've gone through many ego deaths in this life. Like, there are different phases in my life that I've experienced, and now that I'm able to look back on, I'm able to see a bigger picture, and how I'm so grateful for each and every of those experiences, even if the ones I did not like, even the ones that made me uncomfortable. I needed to be comfortable being uncomfortable in order for me to walk my path to my authentic self. For me to be here. Like, that's the whole point. And that's why I'm hoping that this reading, or just my channel in general, will help y'all kind of figure that out as well. Okay, so the next card we have is Gradual Progress. I don't think I've ever read this one before. Bonds develop gradually, organically, as raw emotional energies are channeled into a lasting partnership. We grow into life's possibilities and evolve into our relationships. This yields results, gradually, provided you have the patience to stay loyal to the destination as the journey unfolds. What is evolving here? How can you be more patient? So, okay, what I'm picking up right now before I even read the past is like, maybe y'all do have a partnership. Maybe that's a business partnership or a loving relationship, or even a new friend platonically, like coming into y'all's life that's going to help y'all move forward. Remember, I do believe the majority of this journey, we do it alone, because that's what we need to do. That we need to be comfortable with being ourselves, being with who we are. But also, I believe there are people along the way that's going to highlight certain aspects of your life that you didn't even think that it was there, or that you didn't even know existed until that person came into your life. So there are going to be, y'all are running into some actual, maybe divine counterparts, soulmates, or whatever you want to call it, into your life. And these are going to be healthy relationships. Remember, the things that are coming towards you is a reflection of your energy at that moment. So if you are in a high vibrational place, and I'm not talking about like a God-like place or a divine-like place, it's like more like a place where your energy is stable, when you're not allowing old behavioral patterns to sneak back in, or even people to come back into your life and to bring up the past. Like, you continue to move forward. I'm talking about that type of energy. You're going to start to attract that to you. And whoever y'all are in this energy, or even if you want to get here, it's like this is where you're moving to. You're gradually coming into this. So that means y'all are gradually coming up on something. I don't know who it is or what it is, but like the other pastors say, like, some of y'all like are expecting a certain outcome from something, but something else is going to transpire that's actually going to be for you. So it may be a relationship that you didn't expect to happen, or a job opportunity, or anything that resonates with y'all at this point. It's like, or even resonates with you in the future, or however long, but it's like, it's coming and it's gradually going to happen. But see, the last line, it says, you have been patient and you've been loyal to this destination as the journey unfolds. Even though that's not what it said word for word, but that's what I'm picking up. It's like some of y'all have been very loyal to this journey, and y'all have been patient. And y'all, instead of thinking about the destination, I need to get here, you've been appreciating the journey that has taught you thus far. Remember, when y'all get to that destination, wherever that destination is, you may have many destinations, but when y'all get to that one specific destination, it's like y'all are gonna miss that journey. Even if you had a couple bad experiences, sometimes like those are the best type of like moments in your life, when you were evolving and growing to the person that you truly meant, that you truly thought you were. Or wait, hold on. You're going to evolve into the person that you knew you were meant to be at core. Like, in the back of your mind, you knew you were meant more for this life, that this paradigm couldn't shake you or nothing, that you were evolving into the person that you know that you were going to love, because you were authentically yourself. So that's what I kind of picked up on it. And I think what they say, like how bonds develop gradually, whether this is not about a person or not, they're just letting y'all know, it's like with this whole journey, the healing journey, it's like everything happens gradually and organically. So don't try to control the situation. Don't try to for example, don't try to like make a fucking plant grow out of the ground because you want it to grow so you can have a strawberry or whatever you're trying to plant. Like, you in order for it to actually manifest or to have the fruits of your labor, you need to allow things to happen organically. How we can't just be always technical with shit. We can't just make things happen with a snap of a finger. Especially when things that takes time, especially when it comes to building your own legacy or starting a family or even a job. It's like, or some type of career, you have to allow that to happen organically and gradually. That means letting go of control. Okay, so yeah. And ask yourself again, what is evolving here? Like, what part of or what aspect of yourself is evolving? And what part is not evolving? Ask yourself, why am I not evolving on this aspect or this part of my life? And what can I do to help it evolve, to help it catch up with everything else? Because I believe that if certain aspects of your life is not in alignment with one or the other, then you're not going to be balanced. Your energy is going to feel weird and conflicted, and you're going to be in indecision. You're not going to have clear vision. So it means make sure you are caught up with every part of yourself, your inner child, your shadow side, your ego, your higher self. Remember, they work as a unit. They're a family. Don't listen to those people who say, oh, your ego shouldn't exist anymore, get rid of your shadow side. That's weird energy shit. Like, stay away from that, dude. Like, in order for you to truly accept you for who you are, you need to accept every part of yourself, even the selves that you do not like, or the parts of yourself that you were told were ugly and weird. No, accept every part of yourself, because every part of yourself is you. Love and accept the older version of yourself, because in order for them to experience certain things, that's how you got where you are now. That's why they experience certain things in their past, hurt, pain, heartbreak, for you to be here now, or for you to come into this energy. Or your inner child, remember, think about if you were to meet your younger self again, what would you say to your younger self? Would you Would you give it advice? What would you do? Would you spend time playing with your younger self? Like, be connected with your inner child. That's your heart-centered place. Be connected with your shadow side. Your shadow side actually will help you. It will actually ring that alarm when some BS is coming from somebody, or when somebody's trying to be an energetic vampire. Your shadow side is actually a great part and an aspect of each and every one of us. We're just told that our shadow side is just like, it just doesn't need to be there, when in reality that's not true. Remember, there's duality in this life. Even within you, there's duality. So become one with every part of yourself so you can feel whole. That's why a lot of people on earth don't feel whole. They feel like something is missing. And they fill that void with people, places, things that are just meaningless. And the reason why, because they don't accept themselves for who they are. Every part of themselves. And again, for the 100th time, I know what that feels like, because I go through that. And I went through that deeply in the past. Like, I experienced that on some deep shit. Like, didn't accept every part of myself. I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're asking you. Like, what is evolving here? And make sure every part of you is caught up with it. You can't just continue to move forward while you leave your inner child and your shadow self behind. That means you're going to be moving forward with some low vibrational energy, old behavioral patterns. Like, you don't want to mess up no manifestation that you've been waiting for. Just don't. How can you be more patient? How can you be more patient? By being honest with yourself. Remember, y'all, we out here trying to build legacy. That's not going to happen overnight. Especially if you're trying to build a legacy to where it's going to help and benefit everybody on earth or just within your community. It's not going to happen overnight. Some people will. Some people are successful like that. But think about it that way. It's not some get-rich-quick scheme. Like, y'all, we out here trying to build dividends. We trying to build legacies. Like, I'm trying to generate wealth. I don't care about being, like, rich and famous. I want wealth. Screw everything else. I need wealth. I want land. I want ownership of certain things. Not to be some, like, egotistical, powerful person, but to actually do some good in this world. We need more healers on earth. We need a lot more people doing a lot more shit. Like, growing things organically. Like just a lot of things I can't even think of right now. But this paradigm is just doing nothing but instilling fear into innocent people and controlling and manipulating them from the actual truth. So yeah, ask yourself, how can you be more patient? And that's by being honest with yourself. If you're not a patient person, ask yourself, why are you not impatient? Wait, hold on. If you are not a patient person, ask yourself, why are you not patient? What? Ask yourself, why are you not patient? Yeah, I said what I said. Y'all get what I mean. Ask yourself that question. But yeah. Let me read the passage for this one. Hopefully y'all can see these cards kind of good. I try to hold them up because this camera don't really push back all the way. But this is card 53, I think. I'm loving this reading, by the way. Like, I knew. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I've been trying to do a reading for y'all, like, for the past few days. But since I got that Reiki healing, my energy has, like, been trying to, like, balance itself out. Because the guy told me I had stuck energy, which I wasn't surprised. Because ever since I've been here, I have not been able to meditate. Like, even when my alarm go off, I have not been able to meditate. And that's probably my fault, me being lazy or whatnot. But, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit of this passage. The gradual process is the name of an ancient river. It shows how water flows gradually and soaks through. The long ceremonial preparations for a woman's marriage progress just as surely and gradually towards the moment when the bride could come home to her husband's house and begin the next stage of their journey. Ooh, y'all know what that means. JK, JK, JK. And we keep it PG over here, you guys, even though I cuss here and there. And the moving lines of this hexagram tell the story of the wild geese who mate for life as they fly ever high. Whoa. Who mate for life as they fly ever higher on their way home. I don't know if it's me and my ass just can't read, or it's just the way this is worded sometimes. So as they fly ever higher on their way home. So some of y'all out here finna be mating for life. Y'all dirty. I'm just playing. JK. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna get it together. I'm not going to read the last one because I just read that from the card. So I'm trying to look at this. The long ceremony preparation for woman's marriage progressed. And the bride can come out in the moving lines that tell the story of the wild geese who made for life as they fly ever higher on their own. I'm being honest, I'm kind of lost at word. I mean, the only first sentence of it, the gradual process and the water and fluidity and flowing and how the marriage progressed over time and how they began their next stage in their journey as a couple or as one or whatever you want to call it by progressing and allowing things to happen as it should. So maybe that's what it means by that. Oh, this hexagram is paired with other hexagrams. I'm not going to read those, but maybe one day. I don't know. Okay, so remember we had the changing lines number 3. So this is what y'all's energy going to be like changing into, especially if you find yourself on this end of the spectrum. It says the high plateau is a strange new place, cold, bleak, and exposed. It's so far outside the known patterns of relationship and mutual help that we do not know how to live together here. Partnership comes under terrible strain and tends to break down. The protector cannot protect. The image is of an old man, not old, that doesn't even say old, of a man called away to military service. The nurturer cannot nurture. No one meets their obligations. You need to take a long view right across the open plateau so you can truly see other people, receive and protect them. You can best guard your home by warding off forces of selflessness, the often violent impulse to meet one's own needs alone, as if there were no relationships to be honored. Wild geese gradually progress to the high plateau. The husband marches out and does not return. The wife is pregnant but does not raise the child. The pitfall, fruitful. I think what they're saying is like, I don't know. It's like, it says the wild geese progressively. I think it's like over the course of time, especially with this energy, if you find yourself moving to this energy, it's like they're giving examples like the protector cannot protect, or the woman cannot, even if she's pregnant, but she doesn't raise the child. It's like, be mindful of the things that y'all are manifesting or the relationship that's coming to y'all lives, especially if these relationships are meant for you. Like, be mindful of your energy and how you move forward, because at the end of the day, especially because indecision, it was on the line, indecision. It's like when y'all are indecisive and are not centered and are not able to think strategically, then that means you out here, let's say, for example, manifesting things like the wife is pregnant but did not raise the child, but you're not doing anything to keep that manifestation in your life. You want a good partner or husband or wife, but when they come into your life, you're not doing anything to keep them there. Because guess what? That person knows their worth, and they gonna get the stepping, because they don't got time to be playing games with you. Or a job that you actually want, like you feel like it'll resonate with you, and then when you get it, you do nothing but like be ungrateful for it. So it's like this indecision that y'all are getting out of, it's like it's letting me know, especially if y'all kind of like, I get the feeling like some of y'all are kind of like switch back and forth into this energy, which is fine. I'm not calling nobody out, and I'm just saying like y'all switching back and forth. It's like some of y'all are manifesting things, and then y'all actually are, gradually going towards it or gradually doing things to keep it. And then some of y'all are, on the other hand, are manifesting things, but when it comes in, you're not doing nothing to keep it. It's like you're not watering your garden. You're not doing anything. It's like, you're indecisive. Because if you know what you want, if you're decisive about where you want to go in your life, then you're gonna march towards it. You're going to keep going. And that's why it says the wild geese gradually progress to the high plateau. It's like the geese know where they're going. Why would they gradually progress towards a place they have no idea where, like they just like, oh, let's just fly like in the middle of nowhere where there's no food or nothing. So like, let's just do that. But it's like they're gradually, like they're not going to do that. Like everybody else can be like, no, they don't sound like a good plan. I don't understand. Like, why would we do that? But it's like these wild geese they're gradually going towards a higher plateau. So for y'all are gradually going towards something, but to keep in mind that whatever it is that you walk upon, the opportunities that come your way, try to do your best to keep your energy and aligned with it. And no, you don't have to have this toxic positivity and feel like, oh, I should just be happy because I got this. No. Like, if you feel a certain way about something, even though you're grateful for it, ask yourself as to why you're in that energy. Is it because you weren't expecting it? Is it because it's not what you thought it would be? Like, it's like the wife is pregnant, but it's not raised a child. Even though I keep going back to that, it's like maybe the wife wanted to be pregnant, she wanted to have a baby. But when the baby comes, she don't want to raise it. She don't want to take care of the baby. She's like, no, I'm not trying to do this. But that's what she wanted. You know what I'm saying? It's like, y'all are here trying to manifest opportunities and stuff. Make sure y'all energy is in alignment with that. Make sure that if you are in that place where you feeling a certain way about it, it's like, ask yourself, do some self-reflecting as to why I feel the way I feel about this and why I don't feel grateful or why I just don't feel good. And a lot of times it doesn't have to do with that manifestation. It has something to do with yourself, because it may flare up some insecurity within you. You may feel like you are not worthy, that you don't deserve that job or this relationship because you feel like, they just don't do that to yourself. That could be a reason why the wife is pregnant but does not raise the child. It's like, maybe she doesn't feel worthy of the child. Maybe she feels like she's not able to meet her obligations, like the last line. No one meets their obligations. So for this whole paragraph, it says nobody's meeting their obligations, but they wanted that. You wanted it, but you're not able to meet these obligations because you're indecisive. And remember, just because you gradually progress to a better energy and you're not here no more, you stripped away, does not mean that you won't experience challenges. Like, that's okay. Again, like, you're on your journey. Growth is not linear. You're going to experience things, but you also have to be in a place where you're ready to self-reflect on that. So be humble. So if you come from here and now you're here and everything is good, but you find yourself in an emotional place where you're not feeling all too well, you feel weird or indecisive, do some self-reflecting. Remain humble about where you are and continue to try to meet your obligations. And if you feel like you cannot meet any obligation that you signed up for or whatever, it's like literally ask yourself, sit with yourself, be honest with yourself as to why you're not pulling your weight, why you're not pulling through. We got you. The divine is like, we got y'all here to a certain point. It's like, now y'all stop putting in effort. We don't understand. Like, it has to be effort on y'all part. We move mountains for y'all, but y'all need to put in the effort for yourselves. Take initiative. Be assertive. Okay, so that's line number 3. Remember, that was the indecision. So remember, some of y'all are in and out that energy. So that means that your energy is conflicting with each other. Like, one moment your energy is good, next moment it's not. It's like, find a place where you can have some stability and connect with yourself on a deeper level as far as your emotions are concerned. Because if your energy is all over the place, that means you're on an emotional level. You are all over the place. One moment you're feeling confused, one moment you're good, one moment you're feeling confused. It's like, check yourself, check your energy, and make sure that you're good at the end of the day. No matter where you are on that spectrum, like, that should be some universal advice. Okay, and the last one is number 5, like the clear vision. So it says, the ancestors are the foundation, the original deep-rooted energy of home. It is time to establish where you stand, reconnecting with a source that will sustain you, especially now your progress seems to be halted, with all the hope and preparation coming to nothing. But this need not to be dramatized as a disaster. It's just a long delay before potential is realized. The gradual process has an unstoppable Y'all can read, right? Okay, good. I'm playing. Gradual progress has an unstoppable momentum. Man, that took a while to get out. Look, they're talking about long delays. Shit, my brain is like, ooh. But no, how it says your ancestors are your foundation. So some of y'all need to connect to your ancestors on a deeper level. Whatever that means to you. Pray to them. Do some offerings on your altar or whatever y'all do. Y'all ancestors move mountains for y'all. Y'all spirit team do the same thing. God, whoever y'all believe in. And they want y'all to continue to put in that effort. Don't stop putting in effort just because you saw something good come your way. Continue to self-reflect, continue to connect with yourself, continue to do your shadow work, and continue to do all of that. Do whatever feels natural to you. Remember, at the end of the day, don't force yourself to do something that you're just not in the mood to do. Because then you're just going to half-ass and bullshit. You don't want to half-ass your own self-reflection, your own your shadow working. Because you know why? Because when you do that, that means like you're not putting in the effort to connect with yourself or to heal certain aspects of yourself. So give your time the space and emotional space or whatever you want to call it to rest. Sometimes you just do need to rest. But also continue to move forward. Like, don't stop. Remember, gradual progress has an unstoppable momentum. I talked about this on a podcast one time, how I basically said how even if you feel stagnant, you're still moving. Like, that's your own perception of you feeling like you're stuck and you're not doing anything, but you're still progressing. Like, progress, like even small efforts builds legacies. It builds castles and towns. Like, small progress does things. Small successes does like great things for people. It may be subtle, but it'll, in the end, it'll be worth it. It's unstoppable. Though that momentum never stops going. And that's what they want y'all to do, be at your heart. Never stop. Like, your vision, like on line 5 was clear vision. Like, your vision for the success or the stuff that you want in your life, that momentum should never stop, no matter how you feel. Like, even if you have to rest, even if you don't feel good, even if you feel triggered, or you got to go back to a behavioral pattern so you can like make peace with it or learn a lesson from it. It's like wherever you see yourself, whether you're stripping away or whether you're stuck here or you feel that you're stuck there, it's like you still have momentum. You're still moving forward. You're still making way and making progress. And then it also says like that don't like, it says this does not need to be traumatized. So your ancestors, your spirit team, whoever you believe in, is telling y'all, some of y'all are making this a lot harder than it seems. Some of y'all are scared that y'all are like in this stagnant or stuck energy, or you just don't feel like you're moving forward. Even though that you're in this gradual process. This gradual process is going to feel like forever, especially if y'all walking on to y'all's destiny. Y'all, there's some opportunity that's meant for y'all. It's like some of y'all are scared because y'all feel like it's slow moving, and nothing's going to come in for y'all, but that's not true. It's like they're saying y'all are being dramatic. They're calling y'all drama queens. Like melodramatic people. Like, they're saying chill. Like, chill. Like, it's coming. Like, it's not a disaster. You're not moving backwards. It's like you're continuing to move forward. Even if you feel a certain way or you feel like you were like you're having a tower moment or some negative energies coming back, it's like you're not really setting yourself backwards. That's there for a reason. The divine, remember, they're always going to test your response before something good is going to happen for you, like manifestations coming to fruition. They need to test your response to make sure that you're ready on an energetic level to receive that. Because if not, you're going to fuck it up, or you're going to delay it even longer. So you need to be tested along the way to make sure you're responding to your environment and not reacting to it. Remember, you're responding from a healthy place, a high vibrational place, a place where you're in alignment with your energy and your emotions. But when you are reacting, you're reacting from fear, insecurity, hurt, pain, trauma, suppressed emotions. You're reacting from a lot of different places. And that's what can set you back, to be quite honest. And I don't want to even say setback no more. I just thought about it. It's like, that's what's going to delay it. I don't want to say setback because it's not like one step forward, 3 steps back. No, it's like you're going to have that perception that, oh, I'm stuck. Like that negative behavioral pattern of perceiving things a certain way just because it's not happening for you, like having that tunnel vision, like being like having a lack mentality mindset and feel like I'm not deserving of something. Yeah. You're going to feel stagnant. You're going to feel stuck because your perception is deceiving you. You're deceiving yourself, especially when you're reacting. So, but learn how to respond. So ask yourself questions, especially in your journal. How can I respond to my world in a place that actually serves me? That doesn't delay my manifestations or what I got going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So that's for that one. So that's pretty much it. I'm still going to read this one. But it's like, remember, wherever y'all see yourselves on this spectrum, you could be here, or you can be in the middle. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, y'all are still moving forward. There's still progress. There's still momentum in y'all's lives. And y'all are still good at the end of the day. So don't worry. Like, whatever it is that you want for yourself is coming for y'all. It's coming. So strip away. Let go of those old behavior patterns. I get the feeling that some people are going to walk back into y'all lives that y'all have forgotten about, or it's a job or something, whatever is coming back. Especially it's low vibration and it's a negative energy. Like, take what you can from that situation. If you indulge in it, that's your business. If not, then ask yourself, like, the question, like, what, hold on. Now I'm getting tongue-tied. Ask yourself the question, what has changed within me in order for me not to want to go back to that energy? And it can be something simple, because I know my worth. End of story. And that's great, because the fact that you said it means that you know that. You felt that on an intuitive level. Like, every part of your being knows that I know my worth. That's why I don't want to go back to this negative energy, because I'm not putting myself in that situation no more. Why would I do that when I got other better shit coming for me? So it's like, again, wherever you see yourself on the spectrum. But if you do find yourself indulging in negative energy again, don't take it so hard. Like, don't be the drama queen. But if I'm being honest, it's hard not to be dramatic about certain things. Because, man, like, I know that reel and the Instagram would be like, oh my God. Yeah, I'm not going to say the whole thing because I'm going to sound crazy. But, like, I keep be acting like that sometimes. Like, in my head, I be saying it like, oh my God, like, why? But I have to catch myself at times. I'll be like, sound chill. Like, you're definitely, we're not doing that right now. We're not putting that energy, and that's not going to help you. It's going to make you think even more negatively about your situation. When in reality, the divine is telling me there's nothing negative about any situation that you're in right now. You're protected. You're good. So remember, take it easy wherever you see yourself. Have compassion for yourself. You're not behind or anything. Y'all are good. Y'all are right where y'all need to be. Because if y'all are not meant to be there, trust me, you would be somewhere else. This is good, y'all. On your healing journey, it's like, remember, growth is not linear. You're going to look at these mistakes as opportunities. You're going to have different times where you're not in the best mood, like, and that's cool. We are evolving to self. This is a journey to self. Don't look at my nails. Okay, so they look like crap. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Every time I look at my nails, I'm like, ugh. But I'm scared to get them done because of judo. Like, I don't get my nails done. I really didn't get them done in the past, but I really could just use like a good manicure. Like, I don't even have to have a color, but my nails been growing like crazy. But I be wanting nails sometimes, like just a little bit, maybe like a dip. But guess what? In judo, if I even come into class with some long ass nails, I don't even think they would say that. They'll probably look at me like I'm crazy, and then probably laugh at me or just like cringe when they see that one of my nails are broken from grabbing somebody or somebody throwing me and me just laying it on the finger or something. I don't know, but yeah, I think I'm out here. I'm just gonna get like a manicure or something. I'm not gonna show y'all my nails like that, but they looking kind of crazy right now. So okay. I'm glad that, I'm not gonna mention the time. I'm not gonna do that because something could happen. Hour of power. Do y'all not look at this? Do y'all not see how she is relishing in this moment? Like, she's taking pure advantage of the sun. It's giving her energy. Like, this reminds me of like your divine feminine energy, your intuition, your emotional centered place, like your heart space and all that. And then the sun is like the masculine, like giving her the power, giving her the like that assertiveness, that drive to continue to move forward. Remember, we all have our divine masculine feminine energy. Yes, even you guys who consider yourself macho man or consider yourself a real man, where the hell that even means these days. Like, the ones who don't want to connect with their femininity. Like, just because you connect with your femininity does not make you anything that you don't want to be, if that makes any sense. I'm not trying to say what I was going to say because I don't want to offend people, because it's not kind of what I mean by it. It's like, some people, like, it comes with a bad connotation like, oh, if I even act like a feminine, people will think I'm gay, or people will think I'm this or I'm that. Like, even if you are, even if you're not, what difference does it make? Do you? You have both divine masculine, divine feminine energy. You both have a yin and yang. When they are both in balance with each other, that means that you're in a balance. That means you're able to lead your life from an emotional place, a healthy emotional place, and you're also able to be assertive about it. You're able to be a go-getter, to continue to move forward and strive forward. Like, no matter what's coming your way, you ducking and dodging shit, and you going. So it's like the ritual of joy. So that's what the card looks like for people who are new here. Like, there's nothing on the back, but there's a I love these cards, bro. When I first got them, I was so confused, but I love these cards. Okay, let me hear get this and get y'all out of here. We at an hour. We are at an hour. Okay, so the Hour of Power speaks of rituals of joy. No matter what your present situation, you are being asked to do what gives your heart the greatest joy. Remember I said about where you see yourself on the spectrum? It doesn't, like, whatever you see yourself in that energy, you're good at the end of the day. Be in the present moment. Stay connected and continue to move on with life. Don't think about the future too much. Try your best. When you start to dwell on the future, this is what I do. When I start to think about the future too much, when I start to worry about it, I kind of say, like, I used to say monkey mind in the past. Like, monkey mind is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's like, it's a thing that you can say out loud in order to get your mind right, to be like, no, don't do that. Like, don't look at it as a bad thing, but also control your emotions, control your mind, and be like, that's cool to think about the future. Like, who doesn't? But we're not going to obsess over it. We're not going to try to do some controlling behavior. We're not going to do that because it's not going to get us anywhere. And I got I got the monkey mind concept from, it's not, I think it's an old concept, but from this reader that I listened to. Her name is Soulful Revolution. Like, I really like her readings because she doesn't do clickbait. She's not always talking about twin flames and this and that. Like, she does it here and there, but it's like I don't always click in on those videos because I feel like it don't resonate with me. But you can be your own twin flame. You don't have to look at it outside of yourself. So even if people do readings like that, I always think about it from both perspectives of who you are. So when they're reading on a masculine energy, think about how you're not connected with yourself on a masculine level. But if they're also talking about a feminine energy, think about where you are in that type of reading. And like think of it that way. If y'all want to do twin flame readings and listen to them, that's fine. But like, do it from a healthy place. Like, listen to them from both perspectives, but for yourself, not for somebody else. Because that's how you end up getting stuck. But that's what I got the concept from, Monkey Mind. But her YouTube channel is really cool because she really be on there like talking about like self-help and just like, she's really cool. I like it. So she's like one of my favorite ones. So again, it's called Soulful Revolution. Okay, so drop any activity that is taxing and focus on connected to the earth and being fed with the energy you need to maintain happiness. Like I said, that controlling behavior, that's taxing on your energy, like it's taken away. This card signals the zero rest balance point that will keep you from becoming out of harmony if you're realigned with body, mind, and spirit by doing something that gives you joy. So this can also tell some of y'all to connect with y'all's inner child a lot more. Go play, go to the park, go lay down in the sun. Like out here, I went to, it's called the Castle, and because of course I'm in Italy. And it was very peaceful out there. Like, I wasn't getting bit by mosquitoes or nothing. I was laying down in the grass, journaling, doing some like love letter poetry for myself. Like, just doing a lot of stuff that brought me joy. It says this little happiness break is what will keep you from breaking apart if you are stressed out. So remember, don't try to stress yourself out. And if y'all find out that y'all doing it, if y'all like walking into that behavior pattern, say monkey mind, or just say, nope, we're not doing that today. Let's do something different. Transmute your energy. Life force is available to you in this moment. Be